Well, here we go again. Time to figure stuff out. Hey guys, Rick the Huge. I hope you all are having a great day. Um, the other day, I did a brake rotor, and well, the results were somewhat mixed, and I'm trying to figure out what went wrong. But I'd also promised you that we would be using, or that I brought this coin up as a potential candidate for eh, confirming my hypothesis. Not that, these digits haven't been burned by something hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate everything again. We're going to I'm doing a different design just to throw it up there. And not that I got in any trouble for it. It's just something that I was playing around with. But we're going to find out what is going on. And we're going to reconfirm this right here. And this I actually got over at Lowe's, like I said on the other video. I forget what it cost whenever I bought it. I bought it for, whenever I do smoking, brisket and what have you, and make sure, confirm the temperatures on there. And it works very well with that. It also, like I said yesterday, it works with playing with cats with the laser. I have a lot of fun doing that. Got my dogs involved, got my kids involved. It's a wonderful thing. So sit back, relax. We're going to check this out and see how everything's going. And once everything is done, life will be beautiful. So some of the I'm going to be doing cutaways and what have you, try to stitch stuff up. It's not a big deal. Uh, I may be, there may be volume, there may not be, but the temperature ranges that I'm looking at, I mean, and arguably right now it's 81.6. So we are going to see how hot we can get this right here so that we have a general consensus and I can show. I mean, I never know, how hot it is whenever I burn my fingers, whenever I lift something up off of there, because most engravers, they do mass production, and if they're doing a deep engrave, it's going to be hot. So we're going to try to figure that all out, see what's going on. Uh, at some points, you will see that that a laser dot will be on here. That's me checking the temperature. Other points, you may not. But I look forward to seeing how this does. And without further ado, we are on to this next testing. All right, we're done. And it is a little bit better than I got into it a little bit better than I initially stated. Uh, I was going to be doing 200 passes. Um, the highest temperature that this got to was between 151 and 155. It was bouncing between the two numbers, but it went in pretty deep, and I was very impressed with it. It came out very clean. Um, I'm actually able to stick one of my little fingernails in there and push it down. Um, so it got pretty hot. Like I said, it got between 151 and 155 as far as the temperature is concerned. Um, Now, what does that mean in the grand scheme of life? Well, the thing warms up. I did decide to turn off the laser on this because apparently, and I figured this out whenever I was doing some of my laser engravings or working on this piece right here. Um, Apparently, the laser does not point properly into where it needs to be as far as where it's hot. So even with the brake rotor, which I have down on the floor, I wasn't getting the proper readings on it. So that tells me that the mess up was on my part. Usually there's on here, there's a graph that basically has a cone of acceptability, and apparently I was too close. So I may reapproach that test and at a later date, probably sometime later on this week, to get more of an accurate, and I may do it as a short on there so we can actually see what's actually going on here. But arguably, I got in very deep. Now, I would not, this was a cheap aluminum coin. It wasn't billet aluminum or anything along those lines. I would probably not use that type of material. But now it begs the question, all right, I know that pavers get hot whenever I was engraving them. How hot did those get? Glass gets hot. I do engrave on fiber as well as on my CO2. How hot does that actually get? So this opens up an actual real good can of worms that may help us out in the future. So again, if you don't have something like this helping you out, and there's various models, I'm not going to say one is better than the other. This was, like I said, I got this over at Lowe's, and it was something that I could use. So it begins that question, what all happens? Well, the way that I equate it, and I equate it like with what I did with the brake rotor, is it's like a cutting torch. And that's the bottom line. It acts like a cutting torch, except it's ablating all that material for this image right here, or whatever image you wish to do. I imagine 3D relief would be fun, and I think that this characteristic would be prevalent on all sorts of materials, be it paver, um, slate, um, anything doing 3D relief, glass, anything that we as laser engravers tend to do. So now it becomes a point of where do we take it from here? safety between glassware whenever you're, working with a laser, whether it's my fiber or even this right here, and my CO2, there you have to be safe. And I view this as much as a safety option and a curiosity as well as to what is going on here. So what we're going to do from here on out, I'm going to start testing things with this. It was one of those things of I wonder type of things, and that's what brought around this little video series. And I may do up some slate. I may have a paver or two that I can unearth, and we could test that out as well. But I think it's very, very good, a good way to understand. Like I said yesterday, there's no such thing as a cold laser where a laser will do the work without any heat of any kind. Even whenever I'm removing material like anodized aluminum or even powder coating, even this right here, which is I think this is ABS, and I just did up a little tab on here. There is, even though it discolors or bleaches the look of it, there's still a monicum of heat that's imparted on there. I mean, I was doing 100% power so on this engraving, and that was uh, based on a 30-watt laser. Now, 50s may do it in less time than a 30, and a 70 or 100 would do it in less time than 30 or a 50. So, and UVs are about the same, I imagine. I'm still waiting to get one. But that's something that we will look at down the road. But again, I do appreciate everything here that y'all are doing, watching to the end. I think it's very important that we help each other out. And I look forward to doing the next one. So again, this is Rick the Huge with DV Laserworks, and I hope you all have a great day and enjoy your weekend and your week. Well,